Wonderful Tuesday evening. And yes, it's not an afternoon, but whew, better late than never. And we have a book to read. Little Legends, Exceptional Men in Black History. Salute our men. And this is by Vashti Harrison. And I just so happen to have, talking about men, well, when my son was in fifth or sixth grade, he used to wear this shirt. So I keep stuff. Because I'm like, I'm going to spend this much money. Might as well get somewhere and then eventually give it away. Anyway, Little Leaders. And that's funny. Just had a talk about leadership. So this is in line. And we're choosing this book because we read about an excerpt by Dr. Martin Luther King. Oh my, should we read the introduction? I feel led, talking about leadership, to do so. So maybe we could read the introduction and then read one portrait of a person. This book almost didn't exist. Many people asked for it, but for a long time, I didn't think I was the right person to create it. I knew I didn't feel the same way about telling there it goes with the darkness of the room. Telling men's stories that I did about women's, because we know that the author is a woman. Excuse me. But I knew other authors might, and I would root on the sidelines for their books. Okay, cheer on, root. In many ways, I made my first book, Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. I remember that one, for my younger self. I wanted to share the stories of incredible African American women who did amazing things across different fields of study, because for one, she needed it. Oh, I'm gonna be coughing a little bit. I'm getting over this cold. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. The book became very personal, and I connected with the stories on a deep level. And to be honest, in my research, I found book after book and documentary after documentary that highlighted the stories of men over women. Really? So I didn't feel a sense of urgency and necessity to write about them. But still, I kept hearing the requests. And finally, I was able to see how I could answer. In the years since Little Leaders was published, I have worked on other projects and grown as an author and artist. What? You provided the illustrations too. Go on. Yes, you have grown. You're great. I'm sorry. And I have come to understand that this book may not be for me or my younger self, but that doesn't make it any less necessary. When I began to see it from this perspective, I found the passion and excitement to research and write and draw. Oh, it's so fun when you do that. Oh, combine all of that. I wanted to provide others with the experience I had with Little Leaders. My first book was inspired by Black History Month. Yes. When Carter G. Woodson founded Negro History Week in, what year was it? That's right, 1926. His main message was to celebrate the stories that had been neglected throughout history. For that reason, in this book, I chose to tell the stories of exceptional men you don't see too often in the mainstream. A survey of important Black men often lists the same people. I agree. Martin Luther King Jr., we love him. We celebrated him yesterday. He would have been 95. Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, Jackie Robinson, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass, on and on and on. I took this opportunity to give space to men like Robert Smalls and John Robinson, leaders and dreamers who don't have stacks of books written about them. Of course, hold on, excuse me. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. We want to hear what you have to say, my dear. Of course, I included some big name figures as well. And, I just said, we want to hear what you have to say. In the background is this phenomenal saxophonist who played for the Dr. King commemorative service at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta for Dr. King's 94th birthday last year. And I saw her and I was like, oh my. Well, her name is Angela Christie. And in an interview, she was talking about she uses the saxophone to talk. So when I just said, we want to hear what you had to say, that was a Freudian slip, unconscious, but I knew she's talking right now. She plays with so much passion, her whole body. It was amazing. I was like, who is this woman? And she has a compelling story. Anyway, I included some big name figures as well, of course, in case this might be someone's first introduction to Black history. You have to do that. Excuse me, let me take a sip of tea. Excuse me. Oh boy. Excuse me. Woo! My. Yeah, that cold is breaking up. And thank the Lord. Like I said, I'm not COVID positive, COVID negative, but still, this cold is breaking up. Okay. Oh, what did I say? Yeah, it might be someone's first introduction to Black history. It was a delicate balancing act. Overall, though, I wanted to tell the stories of exceptional men. Yes, they were better than average and unusually good, but to me, exceptional in this case also suggests exceptions to the expectations for Black men in today's society. Talk about it, my dear. The men in these pages were leaders, trailblazers, and pioneers in their fields, usually the first wherever they went. They defied stereotypes and expectations. Sure, they were bold and brave when necessary, but they were also kind and compassionate. People like Charles Henry Turner and Charles R. Drew were educators dedicated to sharing their knowledge and discoveries with the next generation. Both Marshall Major Taylor and Andre Leon Talley broke ground in fields you wouldn't necessarily associate with Black men. Cycling and women's fashions. They made a place for themselves and for other people of color when it meant making themselves targets. All too often, these men had to overcome racism to get where they went. But when they got there, they did incredible things. They had to be resilient and tough at times, but they were defined by their passion, patience, and goodness. And for that, they are legendary. I see this book as a sibling to my first, but I don't think, excuse me, of this as a boy book. Good. Or a book for boys. My books are for all readers. Here I feature the stories of men, but they are for everyone. Whoever you are, there's a story for you in the pages that follow. The little legends are here to guide you on this journey throughout history. Let them inspire your future. My type of book. Thank you, Miss Harrison. We're looking forward. Oh, and this is her. Okay, read about her. You can pause it. All right, have a good one.